everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and build this home called Aspen Way. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1. So this home is just a small 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. Sometimes when I'm doing mansion builds every week, it's kind of nice just to kind of do something a little bit smaller, because with my mansion builds sometimes I kind of have to take shortcuts, I guess you could say. I don't really know how to word it because that sounds really bad. But maybe, like, you know, so if I'm doing it every Sunday, if you don't know, well, first of all, if you don't know, every Sunday on my channel I do a 64x64 lot mansion build, and you know, if I'm doing those every single week, there's some parts of the build where I might have to not put as much detail in as, you know, I might do in some other homes like these ones, such as, you know, making loads of shelves and cluttering them up and stuff. With mansion builds, I can't do them as much as normal in like one of these homes, so it's sometimes nice to do these type of homes. And this kind of just came around randomly, to be honest. I was kind of just in the mood to build. I literally, like, I've only been up for like an hour, and I've built like 20 minutes worth of this. I haven't even finished it yet, and I'm doing the voiceover. Really weird way to do it, but I've done it many times before. So basically, I woke up like, what time did I wake up? Like 8 o'clock, and then I kind of just had my morning coffee. That's why my voice sounds like a little bit like dry, I guess. That always happens when I have coffee. I always try to like not have any coffee before I record a voiceover because it just never goes well, but I ended up doing that this morning. Anyway, so then I built this, but then my family went out, so I've got a chance now to get the voiceover done, because I normally like to do that when everybody's out the house, because when they're in, I'm kind of just put off a little bit because I feel like they're listening in. So I got a chance now to do that, but I haven't had a chance to fully finish the build yet, so I've got like 3 minutes worth of footage here to talk over. I'll tell you the bit when I've got no footage left. Then I'm going to have to kind of like try and ramble for like a good another 7 minutes or so maybe. I'm always kind of like, I do this quite a lot, how I do this voiceover thing. It's not really ideal because once I've run out of footage, I've got to try and kind of like think of other things to talk about, and also not talk for too long that it's going to run over the voiceover, because then I've got to go back through the voiceover and try to find things to cut out, because I don't normally like to edit my voiceovers for speedbuild videos. I don't know why, it just feels odd for that. I don't know, I just like to try and keep it like as fairly normal as I can without having to cut too many bits out. So we're working on the backyard area here, as you can see. Now for these smaller homes, I never really like to do these back garden areas because they always seem very, very cramped and they just never really work. But I decided to go ahead and do one today because at the minute, now I've actually run out of footage. So what you're seeing now is what I've done after this voiceover. Anyway, so with the pools and stuff, I've been doing this a lot more recently. It's why I've been making like a little fountain section and like putting loads of like little sprinkler things in and decorating the pools up. I don't know why, but I've just been doing that a lot more. So I've wanted to kind of do that again today, so that's partly one of the reasons we'll put a backyard area in. And also, I hope you're proud of me today because I didn't use any seasons windows. I was really kind of like, you know, I really want to build today, and I'm going to make a conscious effort not to use the seasons windows because I've been using it way too much recently. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just that I feel, well, it always happens actually when it comes to like a new pack, and I've mentioned this in a few voiceovers as well, and like in the last couple of videos, but when it comes to a new pack, I always like to just go crazy on those new items, just because it's something different from what I've been using for that past however long since the last pack, if that makes sense. So I kind of just overuse them a little bit and I feel like it was kind of time to maybe switch things up. Now I am pre-recording this just because I'm kind of in the mood to build, but I've also got other videos going up like which I've recorded before this going up, so it's a little bit awkward. I don't really know when this is going up actually, so I'm kind of just gonna have to see how things go, but this is kind of just a spare video, I suppose. So you'll be seeing videos coming up as well that may have seasons windows in as well, so it's kind of just like, I don't know. But I've also been working on this mansion build that's coming up. I've been in the mood recently to do, when it comes to doing my weekly mansion builds, I always love doing the exterior. It's just my favourite part of it, especially the landscaping as well, but just the exterior in general. And then when it comes to the interior, I'm just like, you know what, I can't be bothered. But sometimes I am in the mood to do some interior finishing, but most of the time it is the exterior that I like to do the most. So I was kind of like just built like I think like 3 mansion builds or something yesterday, not the full mansion build, just the exterior. And I kind of just got started on those, and I actually forgot that I actually had like 2 other work in progresses that I started a little while ago for my mansion builds, so I need to go back to those as well. But it's kind of nice, that's happened before as well, because with these weekly mansion builds, it's kind of like, well, yeah, they're great and everything, but at the same time it can be a little bit stressful sometimes if I would maybe leave it a little bit too late, which hasn't happened in the last few weeks now that I'm finished school, and I kind of just have all the time in the world really to record. But when I was in school time, it was a little bit stressful sometimes when, you know, if I just had homework or exams coming up, to get the actual, you know, mansion builds done. So it's kind of like, well, having these work in progresses at a start are kind of great, especially when I forget about them, which sounds weird, but if I forget about them and I come back like a few weeks later, and maybe it's a day where I'm like, oh no, I might not get a mansion build done today, and then I go through my save files and find like a 64x64 like mansion build there, like half done. I'm like, thank God for that. So then I can actually get it up. I think I've only missed like a mansion build like maybe for 1 week, I think it was, so 1 video, or maybe it was 2, I can't really remember, but a little while ago when I had school stuff, but luckily that hasn't been happening recently. Anyway, so I don't really know how much longer to talk for, because we're kind of like nearly 7 minutes in when I'm doing this voiceover. I haven't done the intro or anything like that, so it'll probably be a little bit later in the video for you, but it's only like 6 minutes and 33 seconds for me. Anyway, so I think I'm going to talk until maybe about the 10-minute mark, and maybe just a little bit less than that, because I'm just trying to like plan out. So it took 3 minutes to get most of the exterior done. Then we've got the landscape to do as well. I'm not too sure actually. I'll just see how things go, and if I run out of things to say, then maybe I'll just end the voiceover. Anyway, so also wanted to see, well, you've probably seen it, is that I actually went for like a red colour swatch on the exterior. Now, I used to use red, I've mentioned this a load of times as well, but I used to use red all the time, but recently I've been like using darker colour swatches a load more. I mentioned this as well, but with seasons we've got a lot of dark woods in the particular items that we've got, and it all work really well together, so I've been using those a lot more, which means that I've been just having that colour swatch being used a lot, and I felt like it's time to maybe switch things up a little bit. So I went ahead and used the red colour swatch today from Sparty, I think it was, and I also used the Fitness Stuff brick, even though it doesn't look like brick to me. It is classed as that. Or was it masonry or something? I don't really know. One of those two. So I used those today just as a little bit of something a little bit different. And like I said, this is pre-recorded, so you're probably going to see some more seasoned windows and darker wood colours in the next couple of videos, but I'm just trying to maybe switch things up a little bit. Anyway, so I don't really know what I'm going to do for the interior. I'm going to just have to see how things go. I'm going to try and make it a lighter colour swatch, but I don't know, because it's going to contrast too much, I think. So maybe I will end up going for some darker colours, but maybe I'll try not to use the Jungle Adventure. Why do I say that all the time? I say Jungle Adventure. I don't know why, but every time I say Jungle Adventure, I've just said it again. Or maybe I'm just saying it so quick it sounds like that. I don't really know. But with Jungle Adventure, there we go, I have to say it so slow. I use those counters all the time, because again, they have a really nice dark colour swatch. So maybe I'll try and use a different kitchen counter today, and maybe a different bed as well, and I don't know, I'll just have to see. But it's kind of sometimes nice to kind of say when I'm doing voiceover like this, like what am I going to plan on doing, and then you can see in the speedreel footage what I actually went ahead and did, to see how my thought process has changed and stuff. But I don't really know what on earth I'm going to do, so I'll just have to see how things go. And yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this voiceover up here actually, because about 9 minutes in. I don't really think it's going to take me that much longer, so we might be on the screenshots already, I have no idea, so just be on the safe side. I'm going to go ahead and end this voiceover here. I really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. If you did, feel free to go ahead and download it from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1. Also let me know if you have any more suggestions for speed builds or just videos in general you want to see next. Feel free to leave that down below in the comment section down below. Leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!